from what I've read, this Libya dialogue,
Yes.
even the idea to talk about visions of a new Libya
Yes.
and ways to come to a ceasefire and so on,
Yes.
are very controversial. Could you maybe explain some of the arguments against even having a peace talk?
In Libya, there are elements who have strong interest in not reaching a peace deal. For instance, we have some warlords who probably are responsible for crimes against humanity. And those warlords fear that they would be prosecuted in a stable Libya, that they become rejected, or maybe they would lose their grip on power, they lose their interest. And it's just inevitable that those elements would resist a peace deal. And they're likely to sabotage it even if they agreed, because in a stable Libya they have no place.
And
So
are these elements on both sides?
I would say yes, on both sides. Those elements are within Fajr Libya and within the other elements, because I can see that the human rights violations and war crimes, crimes against humanity, were committed by elements on both sides.
And then maybe this is a controversial question, but in order to get these people to sit at the table, would they have to be offered some sort of amnesty?
Yes. This is what really concerns me, is this question of which comes first, the chicken or the egg. Now, if the idea is to grant some sort of amnesty, I think this will be counterproductive on the long term, because the victims would feel, and we have a lot of them, that they did not get justice and that their cause were sold out because of a political deal. The victims themselves may turn into criminals as well in order to revenge, because they feel oppressed, they felt that justice was not done, and that the people who caused all this pain are just becoming immune from prosecution. Never mind practical immunity, but they would become legally immune, and this is very dangerous. I don't think accountability is something that should be left. It's not something that should be compromised. You cannot compromise other people's rights.
And do you feel that this opinion is also shared by Libyans? Are Libyans so... do they really want to see accountability, or are maybe people so tired
I would
of war?
say, okay, people are tired of war, but victims want to see accountability. We have so many regions that have suffered on the hands of those warlords. And if amnesty was granted, my own fear is that we will just create a new issue that could cause a military conflict, because now everybody is armed. I mean, there is this arms spread everywhere in Libya, and there are regional powers that supplying more arms. So if a regional power is not happy with the political stability, it's very easy to ignite a mini civil war anywhere. So the broker, or Mr. Leon, must find a way where the rights of the victims are not compromised.
It's a difficult job.
It is difficult, but I don't think it's impossible. It can be done. Otherwise, grievances will build into anger, and anger will develop into violence. That's inevitable. And with a weak state, with so many arms and dangerous material around, you can imagine the consequences. I don't think it needs much thinking.